Welcome to this year's best products of 2025. I am going to be telling you about I was going to show you my fingers. How is that going to be possible? But it's going to be the 16 best products that were released this year. I'm pretty sure all of these products were released this year, or at least I did try them this year. I'm also going to throw in 2 bonus products that weren't released this year, but I have found nothing better in these 2 categories. So I want to tell you these are still my absolute holy grails when it comes to those categories. And I'm also going to throw in a bonus thing at the end that is more of a tool, but it's totally changed how my sleeping routine has been. And it's the best thing that's happened to my hair since, I was going to say sliced bread. How would sliced bread help my hair? It's the best thing that's happened to my hair since conditioner. It's really changed my hair game. And I'm also going to mention 2 things that I really recently found and discovered, and they are absolutely amazing. I have not been able to put them down since I got them, but they're too new to be like a yearly favorite. But I still want to give you like just a little mini review. So I'm trying to keep this a little bit shorter and sweeter than I have a couple of the last years, because I want to keep it to the best of the best, and have done my absolute best to be representing within a bunch of different categories when it comes to price range, because I don't think that good products need to be expensive, but I also think that sometimes good products are expensive, and I want to tell you which of the expensive products are actually worth investing in. I will not be talking about eyeshadow palettes in this video. I am going to be doing a separate eyeshadow palette ranking video where I am going to be ranking all of the palettes that I've been trying in 2025. This is usually a big ass mama, okay? This is a big one. There's going to be a lot of palettes in that one. Usually it is around 100 palettes. It might be less this year because I don't feel like I've reviewed or like tried as many this year as I usually do, but let me get rid of the hair and let's jump into the makeup. I'm gonna start with the 2 products that I haven't found a replacement for. One size, I think this is called the Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Primer. It's still the GOAT, it's still the best. This is the best mattifying primer, according to me, that I have tried. I've not found anything better. I will say I only use this where I am oily. So if you only have an oily T-zone like me, do not put this all over your face. It is very mattifying, okay? I cannot be more like, that's what it is, a very mattifying primer. So only put this in your T-zone. I leave it on for 3 minutes. I try to move my face as little as possible, and then I go in with foundation on top. I think it's absolutely amazing. And then when it comes to concealers, I tried this in 2024. This has still been the best concealer that I've tried throughout this entire year. I have not found anything that is better than this. Still think this is the best one. I'm about to turn 42. I'm officially in like my 40s. I can no longer say I just turned 40, which I still did when I was 41, but I am definitely officially in my 40s. This is the All Over Concealer by Lancome. I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes. The skin is not as plump as it used to be, okay? I need something that has coverage, but not cakey, not thick, not too emollient because it just creases all over the place. I need something that is semi-serum liquidy, that like somewhat self-sets, because if it's too creamy, I know that people are always like, oh my god, if you have like aging under eyes, you should do a creamy concealer. I would say no. Do not do an overly creamy concealer. If you have more fine, like thin skin under your eyes, you're gonna need more powder to set that down. Otherwise, you're gonna look like a zebra in your under eyes because everything is gonna be creasing. This one is beautiful. It has a full coverage without being too cakey. It is very serum and gel-like, but still blends in like perfectly. You can set this with powder, but you don't need too much powder to set it, and it doesn't crease throughout the day. Absolute holy grail, cannot recommend this enough. Oh, by the way, I should mention I did use the crystallized palette by Beauté bar to film this look. I did put up a tutorial for this one. If I remember, I will try and put that down in the description box. Also on my cheeks, I'm wearing the new NARS cheek palette. This is the first time I'm using it, so I literally have no opinions on it. Apparently I cannot open it without tweezers. I hate when palettes are like that. And I am wearing these 2 shades to create this. It looks much more pink on the cheeks than it does in the palette, but these are the 2 I'm using. So I just wanted to let you know, so you know what I'm using. Okay, let's get into foundations. I have 3 foundations that I think are incredible, that all have been released this year, and I cannot recommend these enough. I will link all of these things down in the description box, and I will also put them in YouTube shopping in case you're interested in shopping any of these. My links are affiliated, and if you do shop through my links, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really does help out. Let me start with the drugstore. I found this in the beginning of the year. Can you see how much I've used this? I love this. So this is the Maybelline 30 Hour Lumi Matte Foundation. So this is it's like a natural matte. So it's matte, but it's not like a powdery, flat, heavy matte. It's very somewhat, again, liquidy gel-like. You can go on with a very thin layer on your skin. This just looked like your skin's been airbrushed. It holds on, again, 30 hour. I mean, I'm not wearing it for 30 hours, but there are definitely people out there that are working really long shifts. I remember when I was working in the restaurant business, I used to have sometimes, I'm not even kidding you, 24-hour shifts. It was roughing these streets, and something like this would have been really, really helpful. This just holds up so great. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It doesn't move around. It doesn't lift with your oils. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this is probably one of the best luminous foundations I've ever tried. Do you remember how much I love the Becca Skin Tint? The Becca Skin Tint was a sheer skin tint that had a shimmer to it that really looked so radiant on the skin. It looked like a less metallic version of just how it looks when you wear the Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury all over your skin. It just looked like a skin tint that had a dewy sheen to it without being dewy, without being glossy or glowy. That's what this one is too, but this one has more coverage than that one. This one is a light to medium coverage. It is very sheeny. So with this one, I put it all over my skin and then I powder and bake in my T-zone. This one doesn't break up. It doesn't lift. It doesn't get oily, but it still looks glowy. It is, I mean, you can see how much I've used it. One of the best luminous foundations for a more oily combo skin that I've ever tried. I absolutely love this one. I think it is so, so good. And both of these are from the drugstore. Then I also wanted to talk about the new Makeup by Mario foundation because you know I did not love the original one. It was sparkly and it was looking really good like this one, but it was more like a full coverage with that sheen to it, but it didn't hold up on me and it ended up looking very heavy on my skin because it mixed with the oils and just did not look good. This one is such a beautiful matte foundation. Again, it is liquidy and beautiful on the skin. Although I got the wrong shade. I have the shade 8N and I shade matched myself in store and I still got the wrong shade. This one was too light for me when I had a tan. I don't have a tan anymore. This is me. This is my original skin tone. So I do think it might fit me now. I haven't actually used this in a couple of weeks, which is crazy, but I've been reviewing some other foundations, which I haven't loved as much as this. I fetched this from my desk because I had put it out because I needed to use it again. Absolutely love it. Holds up beautifully. It is mattifying on the skin. It just looks, again, very just airbrushed on the skin, and I love how this one holds up. I think it's been absolutely beautiful, but I'm gonna be honest with you, the two drugstore foundations, they're as good. I definitely recommend them. Okay, let me talk about one powder. Oh, I forgot to talk about a primer as well. I'll do that. This is the one size Boucle. I think it's called Boucle. Boucle Silk Cellulose Airbrush Powder, and I got mine in medium golden. It is such a beautiful finishing powder, not a setting powder. You can use this all over your skin. This is enough to take down that slightly like not tacky but like slightly like wet finish of a foundation when you're waiting for it to set down, but it doesn't look heavy or cakey. It doesn't look metallic or glittery, but it gives that like luminous sheen and aliveness to the skin. If you're like me and you need to powder or use a matte foundation for your skin to just like your oils not to eat up your foundation, this one is beautiful. I've really been enjoying it. I think this like the luminous sheen on this one is just the perfect amount of luminous without being metallic. We all remember that finishing powder from Melt. Did not love that one. This one is just a believable sheen and it is absolutely beautiful. I forgot to mention this primer. Can you tell how much I've used of this one? This is one of those airless pumps. I've used a lot of this one. This is the Milk Hydro Grip and Glow Primer. So this is the Hydro Grip but with a glow to it. This is the glowy primer for us. Me, I'm talking about me, who wants to look glowy, but I don't want to be oily. Like, again, I have a very oily T-zone. I want to look glowy. I think looking glowy, there's a time and place. Sometimes I want to be matte, sometimes I want to be glowy. This is the one when I want to be glowy because it grips onto your foundation. It doesn't make me look greasy because sometimes a lot of these like glowy primers, they have a lot of hydrating things to it because it's meant for like dry skin girlies, which is fine. But this is a glowy primer for every skin type because it is first and foremost a gripping primer, but it has an artificial glow to it, so it makes you look glowy, perfect with skin. I'm using this with skin tints or like light coverage foundations when I want to give an extra bit of glow, but also make sure that foundation is like sticking to my skin. I have been absolutely loving this one, and if you also like when you look at those like illuminating primers and you think, oh, I'm too oily for that, maybe give this one a try because I have been really enjoying that one. Now, let me just mention a powder. This is not part of my yearly favorites, but I'm gonna mention it because I think it's great and I've been using it every time I've done my makeup since the first time I tried it. And that is the Makeup Forever Lavender Powder. I love the idea of the Huda Beauty Lavender Powder, but it was too purple for me because it's made more for a medium to tan skin tone. And again, I'm more of a light medium, and that one is too dark for me unless I have a kind of a heavy tan. We're talking like, you know, late August kind of a tan. This is more like a pale lavender, and this is so brightening. I have it on my under eyes today, and it's just, it sets down your concealer. It doesn't look heavy or cakey. It doesn't like, it helps your concealer from not creasing, and it really brightens my under eyes. This is the perfect level of lavender, and I have been truly enjoying it. And like I said, since I tried this one for the first time, which was like 2 weeks ago, I've been using it every time since I've done my makeup, and I think that says something. I do really enjoy it, and I feel the same about this one. I'm wearing this one today as well, and this is the Givenchy bronzer. This is in 002. Every day since I tried this for the first time, I've been wearing, not every day, but every day I've been wearing makeup since I tried this bronzer. I've been wearing it. I'm wearing it today. It is a really subtle sheer bronzer that is buildable, and I've been really into like less noticeable bronzer. I'm clearly into noticeable makeup, but when it comes to bronzers, I've been really into less noticeable bronzers, and I think this is really beautiful. Not loving the smell though, but I didn't want to put it as a yearly favorite because even though I've been enjoying it the past, 2 weeks, that's 2 weeks out of a year, but I still wanted to mention it because I think they're great. Other powders that I've really been enjoying are these two powders from e.l.f. and Morphe. This is giving somewhat the same feel as the ones from One Size, but at a less price tag. I will say though, the e.l.f. one, this is the Halo Glow Powder Filter. This one is more, oh my god, I cannot open any of these. This one is more coverage. So you can use, it comes with a sponge, but ain't nobody using a sponge, but you can do this more as a powder foundation. I use it more as a finishing powder, but this one you can build up and get coverage if you want to. Again, it leaves your skin looking luminous as a finishing powder if you want that, without adding any oils to your skin. And the Morphe one is pretty similar to the one from One Size. Again, if you want to save on some money, maybe try this one instead. I think it's beautiful. I'm using the Sunrise color, which I think is the one that's described for a medium skin tone. These are beautiful. Again, it gives just a, let me see. It just gives a, you can see it picks up, but it just gives a beautiful, like blurring, but still glowing effect to the skin. You can really blend in all the powders together and just make everything set down and blur together. And I just think it's beautiful. I don't know if I can like, if I'm showing anything, but it's just, you can tell like it's not like fully matting everything down. There is a little bit of sheen to it, but you can also tell it's not sparkly or metallic or shimmery in any way. There's just a natural glow to the product. Okay, let me mention a setting spray that first time I used this, and you can tell I've used quite a lot of this one. First time I used this, I was not convinced. I was like, you know what, this is fine. This is not for me. I rarely change my mind about products. My first or second impression is usually my last impression as well. That's usually how I feel about a product. But this one, I've almost done a 180 with it because I went in with this saying, this does not keep me matte, and this is not a product for oily skin girls. I still feel that way. This is not a setting spray or like it's not the last step of our makeup, but this is almost always an in-between step in my makeup because again, oily T-zone, use a lot of like powders, and this sets down your powders, dare I say, better than MAC Fix Plus. Yes, I said what I said, don't show up at my house with pitchforks, but I love this more than MAC Fix Plus. And I have heard from friends that I have that have more dry and normal skin that they use this as their last setting spray. For me, I use this in between powder steps, and at the end, I will use a setting spray that's more elongating and mattifying, but this one to melt powders, it is so good. And I feel like One Size, I'm not saying that people are sleeping on One Size, but I feel like I am not giving One Size enough cred for how many products of theirs is holy grails in my makeup routine. I mean, I've already mentioned 3 here. Really enjoy them. Okay, I'm gonna mention 2 different blush formulas, and both of them are a glowy, shimmery version. The first one is from Moira. I used this in a video and I was so impressed. I have the shade 05, and this is the first shade that I use. And then I have the 2 that is the pink, and I have the 4 that is more of an orange shade. These are incredible. This is a highlighter blush like hybrid. I do not need to add any highlighter unless I really want to bump up my cheekbones after using this one. It is beautiful. I feel like there's minimal like sparkly particles in there, although sometimes particles really help with giving that wet look, which I actually like. It's just a matter of preference, but these are beautiful. The color is beautiful, easy to blend out, easy to work into the skin. I don't feel like they lift more than, I mean, of course, sometimes when you add too much, when you already have powders, but I feel like this is a great formula. And the price tag, are you kidding me? This is such a good formula, and if they have so many more colors, if you're looking for a shimmery blush, definitely check out these, or check out the new shimmery blushes by Colourpop. Can you believe that I'm only mentioning 2 blush formulas this year? Clearly, I've been using my own blushes as well. I own a makeup brand that's called Cinch Beauty, but I'm only mentioning 2 blush formulas, and both of them are from the drugstore, or like drugstore price. So these are the new Colourpop shimmery blushes. I have in Perfect Peach and City Walk. Beautiful shades. Love this formula. I really hope they come out with even more. I just feel like the liquid cheek products from Colourpop have really been great this past year. I've really been enjoying it because, let me mention while we're still on Colourpop, the liquid highlighter, especially the 2 that they released with the Tangled collection, these are top of the top, absolutely beautiful. Definitely check these out. I don't even know if they're available anymore, but this is probably the best collab item that Colourpop has released in years. Colors are beautiful. It is like a gold pink iridescent highlighter that has more of a clear base, and then there is one that has this like golden peach with the pink sheet, very similar to Hades Everybody's Got a Weakness highlighter that I used to rave about back in 2019. 2020, 2019, one of those years, pretty much a dupe, but in a liquid form. Love them. Love them. They're amazing. Best product from Colourpop this year, together with the blushes. Definitely recommend both of these. I don't even know if they're still available, but if they are, I would say check them out. I thought it was weird that it was only 2 blushes that made my favorites. Of course, the Natasha Denona Cream Duo blushes as well. These are quite possibly the best formulation that Natasha Denona has in her entire range right now. These duos are incredible. They were released in the beginning of the year. They have a shimmery side and they have a non-shimmery side. You can use them on their own or mixed together. They do not lift makeup. They look beautiful on the skin. They look fresh and dewy without being like greasy, but they are not fly paper makeup. This is quite honestly a fantastic cream blush formulation. Another highlighter that I've really been loving, and I do still get questions about this one. So this is the Lumi Le Glow highlighter. So when you look at Ulta's website about this one, the Lumi Le Glow and Le Glace are in the same product listing under L'Oreal's highlighters. This is a cream stick highlighter, and they have it in 2 formulas. One that is Le Glow, that is more of a wet look glow on the cheeks, and one that is Le Glace, that is even more glass-like, even more like looks wet, but this one is still very high shine on the cheeks. The Le Glow is beautiful. Le Glace, if you watched my highlighter declutter, it's already live on my channel, literally G'd that into the sun. Absolutely hate that one. Le Glace is stick city. It is like fly paper makeup. Your hair will stick to it, your man will stick to it, everything, particles floating around in the air will stick to it. It is not a great formula. So do not mix these up. Le Glow, pink one, awesome. Le Glace, white one, stay clear. They have 3 corresponding colors in both formulas. Le Glow, beautiful. Le Glace, already decluttered it. Absolutely hated that one. Cannot recommend that. I don't recommend that to my worst enemy. I really did not like it. I've also really been enjoying the new NYX powder highlighters, the Butter Glow. I have 3 shades here. I used to have 5, but I did actually get rid of some because, again, I don't need that many highlighters. But the fact that I've done a brutal declutter on my channel, you can watch it. It's already up. I decluttered 50% of my highlighter collection, and I still kept 3 of these. I think that tells you everything you need to know about this this formula. Absolutely beautiful formula. Really, really love it. This purpley one is their more topper formula. When you buy it in store, there's a sticker on it that says this is a sparkle topper. This one has more sparkles to it. The other ones do not. But this is a great formula, and if you are shopping at the drugstore and looking for a powder highlighter, I do recommend these. Both the blushers and the bronzers were not my favorite, but the highlighters, those are for me. But I gotta be honest with you, my favorite is still the NARS one. This one in the US is an Ulta exclusive. This one is called the Light Reflecting Luminizing Highlighter, and I have it in 2 different shades. Ooh, these, oh. This is the Rose Gold in Heavenly, and then I also have it in Electra, which is more of a champagne one. These are just so incredibly beautiful on the skin. It is just very intense, high shine, 2016, but make it modern. It doesn't look like a strip on your skin, but they have that high shine, but they're just absolutely beautiful. You can wear a little, you can wear a lot. It just incredible formula, quite honestly. And you can see it has a little bit of a creaminess to it. I think you can see it in like the consistency of like how they look in the pan. They come in more colors. I think they have 5 colors. I really, really love these. This is a great formulation. Like I said, if you're in the US, these are Ulta exclusive. I know people ask me why I didn't mention this in my Sephora recommendations for the sale. That's the reason. It's also really crazy because I'm also only gonna mention 3 lip formulas. Of course, the lip liners from my own brand Cinch is my favorite, but I don't want to mention, I mean, maybe I could. The lip liners from my brand Cinch Beauty is one of my favorites. Clearly, I love them. I made them. Those are the lip liners that I've been using throughout this entire year. They're available now, but I also discovered the Valentino bombs this year. I was sent 3 of these in PR, and I was so obsessed that I bought the 4th one myself. There are 4 different colors, and I own all 4 colors. And in my declutter, I saved all 4 colors. Cause I'm a mad woman and I cannot be stopped. Love these. I've been traveling with these. I've been wearing these. These have a sheer color. They're a stick that isn't goopy on the lips. You can build it up if you want to, but it doesn't get like goopy like some of those like glow sticks are. This is more like a stiff balm that you can twist it up as much as you want to. I mean, it shouldn't apply to the lips like this, but I'm just saying this formula holds together on its own. Been traveling with these, having these in my purse, have not been melting like some of those click sticks do. They're just an amazing formula that looks so good on the lips, and these with a lip liner has been my travel companion of this entire year. I love them. They're so beautiful. They're incredible. Another formula, it's actually the formula that I have on my lips today. The new glosses by Rare Beauty. I saved 3 of the colors. I'm wearing this one today, the peachy one that is called Beam. These glosses are beautiful. They feel like a balm on the lips. They're very glass-like and beautiful. They feel very nourishing on the lips. They're not heavy. They're not gritty, but they have a beautiful shimmer to them. And I haven't been the person that loves shimmery like lip products or pink lip products, but this year I'm back into shimmer lips again. I don't like glitter lips, but a little shimmer is nice. And I don't like cool tone pink lips, but something like this, I've been just really into it. This formula, amazing. Best lip formula that Rare has ever done. I 100% recommend them. They feel wonderful. They have a nice longevity. They just look and wear beautiful, and I have nothing but good things to say about this. And technically, was these released this year? Not the formulation, but the colors. But I will say the new colors of the, I think this is called like the Afterglow lip glosses by NARS. They released 5 new colors this year. Beautiful. I saved all 5 colors in my like the clutter. These 2 formulations are the best lip gloss formulations I have tried at Sephora, and both of them I tried this year. Fantastic. Absolutely love them. Again, they feel like a balmy, watery balm on the lips. They have a nice longevity, even though being a gloss that's not sticky or goopy on the lips. They are semi-sheer, but you can add more. They definitely have a distinction between all the colors that I've tried, and they just look and feel wonderful on the lips. Absolutely an incredible formula. I also really like the packaging. I think it's beautiful. And the new colors they came out with this year, fantastic. But yeah, I'm absolutely in love with those. That was it. Now I'm going to mention a tool that totally changed how I do my hair. And I don't think I've talked about this before on my channel, and it's a crying shame because I love it. This is the sleepy tie. And you can see I have the original, the sleepy tie. I'm pretty sure that this is probably some kind of a patent or something. I always say get the original, especially this is not that expensive. This is a heatless curl for your hair that is, I would say, close to fail proof. It comes in 3 different sizes depending on how long and thick hair you have. I have a medium. It's perfect for my hair. My hair is, I have extensions in, but my hair is this long. This is the length of my hair, and a medium is perfect for me. And this is one of those, it has a scrunchie, but you can see, this is the scrunchie. The scrunchie is here, and then the heatless curler is attached to it. So you basically take your hair, you wrap it around the bar, and then you attach it with this one on top of your head, and you can sleep with this. So it's silk. It's going to keep your hair protected. It's going to give you beautiful curls while you're sleeping, but still not having that big weird contraption with all the, you know how some of those heatless curlers look incredibly stupid and they're just hanging everywhere and you look like you're having, like, you know, elephant trunks coming down. So this is none of that. This is just like a bun on top of your hair. It's not in the way when you're sleeping. It's very comfortable. There are no clips or anything digging into your hair. Really easy to apply, and in the morning you just take it out and your hair is beautifully curled. I will say though, I curl my hair with a curling iron once a week, and then I preserve my curls for a full week just using this one. That's all I need. And I don't have to curl my hair anymore throughout the week so that I can spare my hair from using more heat tools on it and all of that. This is a game changer. Absolute game changer. I cannot recommend it enough. I will link it down below. It has literally changed how I sleep, how I prepare my hair, how I make my curls last for as long as possible. It's just absolutely amazing. And I've been traveling with this one as well because, again, when you have your hair up in this, it just looks like a messy bun. So I've been wearing this on flights. You know, some people put those thingamabobs in their hair and they go on flights and they look stupid. Not with this, because it just looks like a messy bun. I've literally put my hair up in this, went to the airport, got on the plane, got off the plane, pulled this out, used a little bit of dry shampoo, and my hair looks like I have gotten a blowout at a salon. Again, cannot recommend. And this is it. There's no extra attachment, it's just this. It seems like I'm employed by the brand, but this truly has been one of those, I don't know what I was doing before I got this. It's such a good product, and I discovered it this year, and I absolutely love it. And I almost want to get another one, just because, like, what if this one, I mean, I should probably wash it, right? Like, what if I break this one and don't have an extra? That's how attached I am to this. Okay, I need to stop talking about that one. Do you agree with my products? Do you disagree with me on my products? Which was your favorite products of the year? What did you discover this year that have been new holy grails of yours? I would love to hear about it. And again, could you give me a little bit, like maybe a thumbs up or a comment saying, yay, you go girl, because I definitely recommended less product this year than I've done a couple of years because I was trying to be harsh. I was trying to be ruthless and just be like the best of the best. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I will have a video tomorrow as well. I am trying to upload every day until Christmas, going out with a bang, and stay tuned. Stay tuned for more videos.